Our planet is like a vast treasure chest, overflowing with extraordinary places shaped by time, nature, and human imagination. From dramatic landscapes carved by fire, water, and wind, to ancient cities built stone by forgotten civilizations, Earth is filled with wonders that challenge our sense of beauty and scale. Yet among all these incredible locations, only a select few are so rare, so meaningful, that the world has come together to protect them forever as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Today is not just about travel. It is about discovery. It is about curiosity, wonder, and that deep human desire to explore what lies beyond the horizon. This journey will take us across continents and centuries, revealing places where history still breathes, where nature performs on a grand stage, and where every view feels like a reminder of how remarkable our world truly is. These are destinations that don't just impress your eyes, they move your emotions and stay with you long after the journey ends. Imagine holding an invisible passport in your hands as we set off together. We'll cross oceans, climb mountains, wander through ancient ruins, and stand before natural wonders that seem almost unreal. Each stop on this list offers a new perspective, a new story, and a new reason to fall in love with our planet all over again. In this video, we're counting down from number 30 all the way to number 1, exploring the most unforgettable UNESCO World Heritage Sites you need to visit at least once in your lifetime. So buckle up, open your mind, and let your imagination roam free. By the end of this journey, you won't just have a list of places, you'll have a growing desire to explore them all. The adventure begins now. Welcome to Yellowstone National Park, a place where nature puts on one of the most powerful and unforgettable displays on Earth. Established in 1872, Yellowstone holds a special place in history as the world's very first national park. Covering vast areas of mountains, forests, rivers, and open plains, it feels less like a single destination and more like an entire living ecosystem, constantly shifting and alive with energy. Yellowstone is best known for its extraordinary geothermal wonders. Here, the Earth seems to breathe and move beneath your feet. Steaming geysers burst skyward, clouds of mist rise from the ground, and hot springs glow in brilliant shades of blue, green, yellow, and orange. The most iconic of them all, Old Faithful, erupts with impressive consistency, sending boiling water high into the air and reminding visitors of the immense power hidden below the surface. Walking through these geothermal basins feels like stepping into a surreal landscape found nowhere else on the planet. Beyond fire and steam, Yellowstone is also a sanctuary for wildlife. Wide open valleys are home to massive herds of bison and elk grazing peacefully, while wolves roam the forests and bears move quietly along riverbanks. Bird life fills the skies, and every turn of the trail brings the possibility of a rare and unforgettable wildlife encounter. This balance between raw geology and living creatures makes Yellowstone truly unique. The park's dramatic scenery adds another layer to its magic. Deep canyons, carved by rushing rivers, thundering waterfalls, plunging into misty gorges, and crystal-clear streams winding through meadows create endless opportunities for exploration and wonder. Whether you are standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone or watching the sunset over a quiet plain, the sense of scale is humbling. Visiting Yellowstone National Park is a powerful reminder of how wild and untamed our planet still is. It is a place where nature leads the way, and every moment spent there feels like an invitation to reconnect with the Earth in its purest form. Rising gracefully on the banks of the Yamuna River in the city of Agra, the Taj Mahal is one of the most beautiful and emotionally powerful monuments ever created. Built in the 17th century by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, this breathtaking masterpiece was constructed as a tribute to his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal. More than just an architectural wonder, the Taj Mahal stands as a timeless symbol of love, devotion, and loss, carved forever into white marble. At first glance, the Taj Mahal captivates with its perfect symmetry. The grand central dome, flanked by 4 elegant minarets, is reflected in long water channels and carefully designed gardens that guide the eye toward the monument itself. Every detail feels intentional and balanced, creating a sense of harmony that is both calming and awe-inspiring. As you move closer, the true artistry reveals itself. Delicate floral patterns, intricate carvings, and precious gemstones inlaid into the marble shimmer softly in the light, showcasing the extraordinary craftsmanship of the artisans who built it. One of the most magical aspects of the Taj Mahal is how it changes throughout the day. At sunrise, The marble glows with gentle shades of pink. By midday, it appears brilliantly white under the sun, and at sunset, it slowly transforms into warm tones of gold. On nights when the moon is full, the Taj seems to float, glowing softly against the dark sky, creating a scene that feels almost unreal. Each moment offers a completely different experience, making every visit unique. Walking through the complex, surrounded by quiet gardens and reflective pools, there is a deep sense of peace and reflection. Despite the crowds, the Taj Mahal has a way of drawing you inward, inviting you to slow down and absorb its beauty. It is not just something you look at, it is something you feel. Visiting the Taj Mahal is like stepping into a love story written in stone, one that has endured for centuries and continues to move people from all corners of the world. Welcome to Kyoto, the cultural heart of Japan, where tradition, spirituality, and natural beauty exist in perfect balance. Once the imperial capital for over 1,000 years, Kyoto is home to hundreds of temples and shrines, many of which have stood quietly through centuries of change. Exploring Kyoto is not about rushing from one attraction to another, it is about slowing down and discovering a deeper sense of harmony woven into everyday life. Kyoto's temples are incredibly diverse, yet each one offers a unique atmosphere of calm and reflection. From golden pavilions shimmering beside tranquil ponds, to simple wooden halls surrounded by moss-covered gardens, every temple tells its own story. Zen gardens are a defining feature here. Carefully raked gravel, thoughtfully placed stones, and minimal design invite visitors to pause, breathe, and reflect. These spaces are not meant to impress through grandeur alone, but through simplicity and balance, encouraging quiet observation and inner peace. Nature plays an essential role in the beauty of Kyoto's temples. In spring, cherry blossoms drift gently through temple grounds, covering paths in soft shades of pink. In autumn, fiery red and golden maple leaves frame ancient rooftops, transforming the city into a living painting. Even in winter, snow dusts, temple roofs, and gardens, creating scenes of rare stillness and elegance. Each season offers a completely different way to experience the same sacred spaces. Walking through Kyoto You may hear the distant ring of temple bells or the soft sound of water flowing through stone basins. Narrow paths lead to hidden courtyards. Bamboo groves sway gently in the wind, and incense fills the air with a sense of quiet reverence. These moments make exploration feel personal and intimate, as if the city is slowly revealing itself to those who take the time to notice. Kyoto's temples are more than historical landmarks. They are living spaces where tradition continues, where visitors can reconnect with nature, culture, and themselves. To explore Kyoto is to discover a timeless beauty that lingers long after you leave. Straddling the border between Argentina and Brazil, Iguazu Falls is one of the most powerful and awe-inspiring natural wonders on Earth. Hidden deep within a lush, subtropical rainforest, this extraordinary site is not defined by a single waterfall, but by an immense system of 275 separate cascades, stretching nearly 3 kilometers wide. From the moment you arrive, the thunderous roar of rushing water announces the sheer scale and raw energy of this place. The heart of Iguazu Falls is the legendary Devil's Throat, a massive U-shaped chasm where enormous volumes of water plunge into a swirling abyss below. Standing near the edge, you are surrounded by mist rising high into the air, often forming vivid rainbows in the sunlight. The sound is overwhelming, vibrating through your chest and making it impossible to forget just how powerful nature can be. It is not a quiet beauty. It is dramatic, intense, and unforgettable. Wooden walkways and viewing platforms allow visitors to explore the falls from multiple angles, bringing you astonishingly close to the crashing water. At times, the spray is so strong that you are completely soaked, turning the experience into something you don't just see, but truly feel. Every step reveals a new perspective, from wide panoramic views to intimate moments where water rushes past just a few meters away. Surrounding the falls, the rainforest adds another layer of magic. Tropical birds glide above the treetops, butterflies fill the air with flashes of color, and dense greenery frames the rushing water. The contrast between vibrant life and unstoppable force creates a powerful sense of balance and wonder. Visiting Iguazu Falls is a full sensory experience, one that surrounds you with sound, movement, and mist. It is a place where nature speaks loudly, leaving visitors humbled and deeply inspired by its strength and beauty. Rising from the jungles of northwestern Cambodia, Angkor Wat is one of the most awe-inspiring archaeological sites in the world and the largest religious monument ever built. Constructed in the early 12th century by the Khmer Empire, Angkor Wat was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu before gradually becoming a sacred Buddhist site. For centuries, it stood quietly as the heart of a powerful civilization, its grandeur slowly reclaimed by the surrounding jungle until it was rediscovered by the modern world. At first sight, Angkor Wat impresses with its sheer scale and perfect symmetry. Massive stone walls, long causeways, and towering gateways guide visitors toward the central temple, whose iconic lotus-shaped towers rise gracefully into the sky. Every surface is covered in intricate carvings, depicting ancient myths, religious stories, and scenes of daily life from a civilization that thrived nearly 1,000 years ago. Walking through these galleries feels like reading history carved directly into stone. One of the most magical moments at Angkor Wat comes at sunrise. As the sky slowly brightens, the temple's silhouette is reflected in the surrounding pools, while soft golden light spreads across the ancient towers. The atmosphere is quiet and almost spiritual, as if time itself has slowed down. In these moments, the boundary between past and present seems to disappear, allowing visitors to feel deeply connected to the people who once worshipped here. Beyond Angkor Wat itself, the surrounding Angkor complex reveals an entire ancient city filled with temples, reservoirs, and hidden ruins. Trees with massive roots wrap around stone walls, showing how nature and history have become inseparably intertwined. Exploring Angkor Wat is more than visiting a monument. It is a journey into the soul of a lost empire. It stands as a powerful reminder of human creativity, spiritual devotion, and the enduring beauty of one of the world's greatest civilizations. High in the mountains of northern Luzon, the Banawe rice terraces rise like a giant green staircase carved into the earth. Often called the eighth wonder of the world, these remarkable terraces were built over 2,000 years ago by the Ifugao people, using only simple tools and deep knowledge of nature. More than just a beautiful landscape, Banawe is a living testament to human ingenuity, patience, and harmony with the environment. The terraces follow the natural curves of the mountains, stretching for miles across steep slopes. From a distance, they appear almost unreal, as if the hills themselves were shaped by careful hands. Water flows through an ancient irrigation system, fed by mountain streams and rainforests above, allowing rice to grow season after season. What makes this place truly special is that the terraces are still actively farmed today, just as they were centuries ago, preserving traditions passed down through generations. In the early morning, mist drifts slowly over the fields, softening the landscape and creating an atmosphere of quiet magic. As the sun rises, shades of green, gold, and brown emerge, depending on the season. Walking along the narrow paths between the terraces, you can feel the connection between the land and the people who have cared for it for thousands of years. Every step tells a story of hard work, respect for nature, and cultural identity. The Banawe rice terraces are not defined by grand monuments or towering buildings. Their beauty lies in balance between humans and the land, effort and reward, tradition and survival. They show how agriculture can become art when shaped by wisdom and time. To explore Banawe is to discover a rare example of sustainable living from the past that continues into the present. It is a powerful reminder that some of the world's greatest wonders are not built to impress, but to endure. Stretching along the southern edge of Italy's Sorrentine Peninsula, the Amalfi Coast is a place where dramatic landscapes and timeless charm come together in perfect harmony. Here, steep cliffs plunge into the deep blue waters of the Mediterranean Sea, while colorful towns cling to the rock face as if carefully placed by hand. Every curve of the coastline reveals a new, breathtaking view, making the Amalfi Coast feel like a living postcard. Each town along the coast has its own distinct character. Positano captivates, with pastel houses cascading down the hillside toward the sea. Amalfi, once a powerful maritime republic, welcomes visitors with its grand cathedral and lively piazza. High above the coast, Ravello offers a quieter escape, famous for its elegant gardens and sweeping panoramic views that seem to float above the water. Together, these towns create a rich tapestry of history, culture, and everyday Italian life. Exploring the Amalfi Coast is an experience meant to be savored. Narrow, winding roads trace the cliffs, opening up to stunning sea views at every turn. Boats glide along the shoreline, revealing hidden coves and small beaches tucked between rocky outcrops. Cafes and terraces invite you to slow down, sip an espresso, and watch sunlight dance across the water. The air is often filled with the fresh scent of lemons, which are used to make the region's famous limoncello. Beyond its beauty, the Amalfi Coast carries a rhythm that encourages a slower way of living. Life here moves with the sea, the sun, and the seasons. Whether you are wandering through quiet alleyways, enjoying local seafood by the shore, or watching the sunset paint the cliffs in warm, golden tones, the experience feels deeply immersive and personal. The Amalfi Coast is more than a destination. It is a celebration of landscape, culture, and the simple joy of being present in a truly extraordinary place. Far out in the Pacific Ocean, about 1,000 kilometers from mainland Ecuador, lie the Galapagos Islands, one of the most extraordinary natural laboratories on Earth. Formed by volcanic activity, this remote archipelago is famous for its untouched landscapes and unique wildlife found nowhere else in the world. The isolation of the islands allowed plants and animals to evolve in remarkable ways, making Galapagos a place that forever changed how we understand life on our planet. The islands are closely linked to Charles Darwin, whose observations here helped inspire the theory of evolution by natural selection. Giant tortoises that can live for over 100 years roam the land, while marine iguanas, found only in Galapagos, dive into the ocean to feed on algae. Blue-footed boobies perform their playful mating dances, sea lions lounge on beaches and benches alike, and animals often show little fear of humans, allowing for rare and intimate encounters. The landscapes of the Galapagos are just as fascinating as the wildlife. Black lava fields stretch across the islands, shaped by ancient eruptions, while crystal-clear waters surround beaches of white, red, and even green sand. Beneath the surface, vibrant coral reefs host an abundance of marine life. Snorkeling here feels like entering another world, where colorful fish, sea turtles, rays, and sharks glide effortlessly through the water. Exploring the Galapagos is not about luxury or speed, but about observation and respect. Every hike, swim, or boat ride reveals how delicately balanced this ecosystem is. Strict conservation rules protect the islands, ensuring that their fragile beauty remains intact for future generations. A journey to the Galapagos Islands is a journey into nature's imagination, a place where evolution unfolds before your eyes, and where the wild still feels wonderfully close. Off the northeastern coast of Australia lies the Great Barrier Reef, the largest living structure on Earth and one of the most extraordinary ecosystems on the planet. Stretching over 2,300 kilometers, this vast network of coral reefs and islands is so immense that it can be seen from space. Beneath the surface of the ocean, an entire world of color, movement, and life unfolds, making the Great Barrier Reef a true natural wonder. Exploring the reef feels like swimming through a living kaleidoscope. Thousands of coral formations create intricate underwater landscapes, glowing in shades of blue, pink, purple, and gold. Schools of tropical fish dart between the coral branches, while clownfish hide among swaying sea anemones. Graceful sea turtles glide through the water, giant clams slowly open and close, and reef sharks patrol the depths with calm confidence. Every dive or snorkeling experience reveals something new and unforgettable. The waters of the Great Barrier Reef are warm and remarkably clear, allowing sunlight to penetrate deep below the surface. This light fuels the reef's vibrant colors and supports the delicate balance of life that exists here. Yet, despite its beauty, the reef is also incredibly fragile. Changes in temperature, pollution, and human activity threaten its survival, making its protection more important than ever. Visiting the reef is both a privilege and a reminder of our responsibility to care for the natural world. Beyond its ecological importance, the Great Barrier Reef offers moments of pure wonder. Floating above coral gardens, listening to the quiet rhythm of your own breath, and watching marine life move effortlessly around you creates a deep sense of connection to the ocean. Time seems to slow, and the outside world fades away. The Great Barrier Reef is more than a destination. It is a living masterpiece of nature. To experience it is to witness the beauty, complexity, and fragility of life beneath the waves, leaving visitors with memories that last a lifetime. Venice is not just a city, it is a living dream floating on water. Built across more than 100 small islands in a shallow lagoon of the Adriatic Sea, Venice feels unlike anywhere else on Earth. There are no cars, no wide roads, and no traffic noise. Instead, narrow canals replace streets, and boats glide quietly through the city, giving Venice a rhythm that feels timeless and poetic. From the very first moment, Venice invites you to slow down. Gondolas and water taxis move gently along winding waterways, passing beneath elegant stone bridges and alongside centuries-old buildings whose reflections shimmer on the surface of the water. Each neighborhood, or sestiere, has its own atmosphere, filled with hidden courtyards, quiet canals, and small squares where everyday life unfolds at an unhurried pace. Simply getting lost here becomes part of the experience. Venice is rich in history and artistic beauty. Landmarks like St. Mark's Basilica showcase breathtaking Byzantine architecture with golden mosaics that glow softly in the light. Nearby, Piazza San Marco opens wide like a grand stage, alive with music, cafes, and the sound of footsteps echoing across polished stone. Museums, churches, and palaces reveal stories of Venice's past as a powerful maritime republic that once connected East and West through trade and culture. Yet some of Venice's most magical moments are found in the simplest experiences. Sitting beside a canal with a cup of espresso, listening to water lap gently against the walls, watching laundry sway between buildings above a narrow passage, hearing the distant sound of an accordion drifting through the evening air. As sunset approaches, the city takes on a warm golden glow, and the water reflects the colors of the sky like a moving painting. Venice is also a city of contrasts, fragile yet enduring. Built on wooden foundations driven deep into the mud, it has survived floods, time, and change, even as it faces challenges from rising waters today. This vulnerability only adds to its beauty and urgency. To explore Venice is to step into a place where history, romance, and everyday life flow together as smoothly as the canals themselves. It is not a destination you simply visit. It is a place you feel, remember, and carry with you long after you leave. Rising dramatically from the plains of central Greece, Meteora is a place that feels almost otherworldly. Towering stone pillars soar high into the sky, and balanced atop these massive rock formations are ancient monasteries that seem to float between earth and heaven. The name Meteora means suspended in the air, and few places in the world capture that feeling so perfectly. From the very first glance, the landscape inspires awe, silence, and deep curiosity. The story of Meteora is one of faith, isolation, and human determination. Beginning in the 14th century, monks built monasteries on the summits of these near-vertical cliffs, seeking solitude and spiritual refuge. At the time, access was incredibly difficult. Supplies and people were hauled up using ropes, ladders, or baskets pulled by hand. This extreme isolation helped preserve the monasteries for centuries, protecting them from invasion and allowing monastic life to continue largely unchanged. Today, several of these monasteries are still active and open to visitors. As you climb stone steps carved into the rock, the views grow more breathtaking with every turn. From the top, vast valleys stretch out below, dotted with forests, rivers, and distant villages. The air feels fresh and quiet, broken only by the wind or the distant sound of church bells. Inside the monasteries, frescoes, icons, and candlelit chapels offer a glimpse into centuries of religious devotion and artistic tradition. Meteora is also a place of powerful natural beauty. The rock formations themselves were shaped over millions of years by erosion, creating their unique vertical forms. As sunlight moves across the landscape, the cliffs change color from soft gray in the morning to warm gold and deep orange at sunset. These moments feel almost magical, as if time slows down and the world holds its breath. To explore Meteora is to experience a rare harmony between nature and spirituality. It is a place that invites reflection, wonder, and a deep appreciation for both the natural forces of the earth and the enduring strength of human belief. Stretching across a vast plain along the banks of the Irrawaddy River, Bagan is one of Southeast Asia's most breathtaking and atmospheric archaeological landscapes. Once the capital of a powerful kingdom between the 9th and 13th centuries, Bagan was a center of religion, culture, and learning. At its height, more than 10,000 temples, pagodas, and monasteries were built across this sacred land. Today, over 2,000 of these ancient structures still stand, scattered across the plain like timeless guardians of history. What makes Bagan truly extraordinary is its sense of scale and serenity. Unlike a single monument or tightly packed complex, Bagan is an open landscape where history stretches as far as the eye can see. Some temples are small and simple, built of brick and worn by time. Others rise impressively above the plain, decorated with intricate carvings, murals, and statues of the Buddha. Each structure tells a different story, reflecting the devotion, artistry, and spiritual life of the people who once lived here. The most magical time to experience Bagan is at sunrise. As the first light of day breaks over the horizon, soft mist drifts across the plain, and temple silhouettes slowly emerge from the haze. One by one, the pagodas are bathed in warm golden light, creating a scene that feels almost unreal. For many visitors, a hot air balloon ride at dawn offers an unforgettable perspective, floating silently above the temples as the landscape awakens below. It is a moment that feels suspended between past and present. Beyond its visual beauty, Bagan carries a powerful spiritual atmosphere. Many temples are still active places of worship, where locals come to pray, light incense, and make offerings. Walking quietly through these sacred spaces, you may hear chanting echo softly through stone corridors, or feel the cool touch of ancient brick beneath your hands. These moments create a deep sense of connection to the generations who have walked these paths before. Bagan is not just a destination to be seen, it is a place to be felt. Its peaceful rhythm, vast horizons, and timeless temples invite reflection and wonder. To explore Bagan is to step into a living chapter of history, where faith, art, and landscape come together in one of the most unforgettable settings in the world. Tucked away in the heart of Croatia, Plitvice Lakes National Park feels like a scene lifted straight from a fairy tale. This extraordinary natural wonder is made up of 16 crystal-clear lakes, each one shimmering in shades of turquoise, emerald, and deep blue. What makes Plitvice truly unique is the way these lakes are connected by a breathtaking series of waterfalls and cascades that flow gently and sometimes powerfully from one level to the next. As you enter the park, the sound of rushing water surrounds you. Wooden boardwalks wind gracefully over streams and along the edges of the lakes, allowing visitors to walk directly above the water. Beneath your feet, fish glide effortlessly through water so clear, it almost seems invisible. Every step reveals a new perspective, a quiet pool reflecting the forest above, a curtain of water spilling into a hidden basin, or a powerful waterfall crashing into mist below. The beauty of Plitvice Lakes changes dramatically with the seasons. In spring, melting snow feeds the waterfalls, making them stronger and louder. Summer brings lush greenery and vibrant colors, while autumn transforms the surrounding forests into a rich palette of red, orange, and gold. In winter, snow and ice create a magical frozen landscape where waterfalls turn into shimmering sculptures. No matter when you visit, the park feels alive and constantly evolving. Beyond its visual beauty, Plitvice offers a sense of calm and connection with nature. There are no loud crowds or city sounds, only water, wind, and birdsong. Time seems to slow as you move through the park, encouraging you to observe, listen, and simply be present. Plitvice Lakes is more than just a national park. It is a masterpiece shaped by water and time, where land and lake exist in perfect harmony. To explore Plitvice is to experience nature at its most elegant, peaceful, and unforgettable. Far out in the vast Pacific Ocean lies Easter Island, one of the most remote and mysterious inhabited places on Earth. Known locally as Rapa Nui, this isolated island is famous for its enormous stone statues called moai, which stand silently across the landscape, gazing inland as if guarding ancient secrets. Surrounded by endless ocean, Easter Island feels like a world apart, quiet, windswept, and deeply intriguing from the moment you arrive. The moai are the island's most striking feature. Carved centuries ago by the Rapa Nui people, these massive stone figures can weigh several tons and reach heights of over 9 meters. How they were transported across the island without modern tools remains one of history's great puzzles. Some statues stand proudly on stone platforms called ahu, while others lie partially buried, revealing that many moai have full torsos hidden beneath the ground. Standing among them, you can't help but feel a sense of awe mixed with unanswered questions. Beyond the statues, Easter Island offers a raw and beautiful landscape. Rolling green hills stretch toward dramatic volcanic craters, while rugged cliffs drop sharply into the crashing waves below. The coastline is dotted with lava formations and small beaches, where the deep blue of the ocean contrasts sharply with dark, volcanic rock. With few trees and wide-open views, the island's scenery feels both simple and powerful. Easter Island is also rich in culture and tradition. The Rapa Nui people continue to preserve their language, music, and customs, keeping their heritage alive despite centuries of isolation and change. Festivals, dances, and storytelling connect the present to the island's ancient past. Exploring Easter Island is not just about seeing famous statues. It is about experiencing mystery, isolation, and human creativity at the edge of the world. It is a place that invites curiosity, reflection, and a deep sense of wonder long after you leave its shores. Perched high above the deep blue waters of the Aegean Sea, Santorini is one of the most iconic and breathtaking islands in Greece. Famous for its whitewashed houses, blue-domed churches, and dramatic cliffside views, the island feels like a dream, carefully painted into reality. Formed by a massive volcanic eruption thousands of years ago, Santorini's unique shape and landscape set the stage for some of the most unforgettable scenery in the world. The towns of Oia and Fira sit along the edge of the caldera, where narrow stone pathways wind between bright white buildings that seem to glow under the sun. Every turn offers a new viewpoint, with rooftops cascading toward the sea far below. The contrast between the brilliant white architecture and the deep blue of the water creates a visual harmony that has made Santorini one of the most photographed destinations on the planet. Santorini is especially famous for its sunsets. Each evening, visitors gather along the cliffs to watch the sky transform into a canvas of pink, orange, purple, and gold. As the sun slowly dips below the horizon, the entire island is bathed in warm light, and time seems to stand still. It is a shared moment of quiet awe, where strangers stand side by side, united by the beauty unfolding before them. Beyond its postcard views, Santorini offers many ways to explore. Visitors can relax on unique volcanic beaches with black or red sand, sail around the caldera to admire the island from the water, or explore ancient ruins that reveal the island's long history. Local cafes and tavernas invite you to slow down, enjoy fresh seafood, and savor the relaxed island atmosphere. Santorini is more than a beautiful destination. It is an experience that captures the senses and the heart. To explore Santorini is to discover a place where nature, history, and simple moments of beauty come together in perfect balance, leaving memories that linger long after the journey ends. Nestled in the heart of the Canadian Rockies, Banff National Park is a place where nature reveals its most majestic and awe-inspiring forms. As Canada's oldest national park, Banff is a vast wilderness of towering snow-capped mountains, deep valleys, dense pine forests, and glacier-fed lakes so clear and blue they seem almost unreal. From the moment you enter the park, the sheer scale of the landscape makes you feel small in the most humbling and beautiful way. One of Banff's most iconic sites is Lake Louise, where turquoise waters reflect surrounding peaks and glaciers like a mirror. Nearby, Moraine Lake glows in striking shades of blue and green, framed by jagged mountain ridges. These lakes change color with the light and seasons, creating scenes that feel perfectly composed by nature itself. Whether you're walking along the shoreline or viewing them from above on a hiking trail, the beauty is unforgettable. Banff is also a place of adventure in every season. In summer, endless hiking trails lead through alpine meadows filled with wildflowers, past waterfalls, and into high mountain passes with breathtaking views. Canoeing on calm lakes, cycling scenic roads, or simply exploring charming mountain towns allows visitors to connect deeply with the landscape. In winter, Banff transforms into a snowy wonderland, offering world-class skiing, snowboarding, and snowshoeing beneath dramatic peaks. After a day in the cold, natural hot springs provide the perfect place to relax and unwind. Wildlife is an essential part of the Banff experience. Elk often wander through open fields and even town streets, while deer, mountain goats, bears, and eagles inhabit the surrounding wilderness. Spotting these animals in their natural environment adds a sense of excitement and respect for the fragile balance of this ecosystem. Banff National Park is more than a destination. It is a powerful reminder of nature's grandeur and resilience. To explore Banff is to reconnect with the wild, breathe deeply in the mountain air, and experience a landscape that stays with you long after you leave. Rising proudly along the sparkling Adriatic Sea, Dubrovnik Old Town is one of the most beautifully preserved medieval cities in the world. Encircled by massive stone walls, this historic coastal city feels like a living museum, where every street, staircase, and square tells a story shaped by centuries of history. From the moment you step through its ancient gates, Dubrovnik transports you into a world where the past remains vividly alive. The city's most defining feature is its impressive defensive wall, stretching nearly 2 kilometers around the old town. Walking along the top of these walls offers breathtaking views in every direction. Red-tiled rooftops clustered below on one side, and the endless blue of the Adriatic Sea on the other. The contrast between the warm stone and the bright water creates a scene that feels both dramatic and serene. From this elevated path, you can truly appreciate the strategic importance and architectural brilliance that once protected the city from invaders. Inside the walls, Dubrovnik reveals a maze of narrow limestone streets polished smooth by countless footsteps over the centuries. Elegant churches, historic palaces, and quiet courtyards appear at every turn. The main street, Stradun, serves as the heart of the city, lined with cafes and shops where visitors can pause and soak in the atmosphere. Despite its popularity, Dubrovnik still holds moments of calm, especially in the early morning or late evening when the crowds fade away. Dubrovnik's beauty is further enhanced by its coastal setting. The sea is never far away, and hidden stairways lead down to rocky shores where waves gently lap against the ancient walls. As the sun begins to set, the entire city is bathed in golden light, and the stone buildings seem to glow warmly against the sky. Street musicians fill the air with soft melodies, adding to the city's timeless charm. Beyond its historic significance, Dubrovnik has captured the modern imagination as a filming location for popular series, further increasing its global appeal. Yet its true magic lies not in fiction, but in its authentic blend of history, culture, and seaside life. To explore Dubrovnik Old Town is to walk through centuries of resilience, beauty, and human achievement. It is a place where history meets the sea, leaving visitors with memories that feel both grand and deeply personal. Located in the heart of California's Sierra Nevada mountains, Yosemite National Park is one of America's most iconic and awe-inspiring natural treasures. Famous for its dramatic granite cliffs, towering waterfalls, and ancient forests, Yosemite is a place where nature reveals its power, beauty, and timeless presence. From vast open valleys to sheer rock faces that rise thousands of feet into the sky, the park feels both overwhelming and deeply peaceful at the same time. Yosemite is best known for its monumental granite formations. El Capitan, a massive vertical rock wall, attracts climbers from around the world who come to test their limits against its sheer scale. Nearby, the distinctive shape of Half Dome rises above the landscape, symbolizing the park's rugged character. These stone giants were sculpted over millions of years by glaciers, leaving behind smooth cliffs and dramatic valleys that define Yosemite's unique scenery. Standing beneath them, it's impossible not to feel humbled by the forces that shaped this land. Water plays an equally important role in Yosemite's beauty. In spring and early summer, snowmelt feeds powerful waterfalls that pour over cliff edges and crash into the valley below. Yosemite Falls, one of the tallest waterfalls in North America, thunders with energy during peak flow, filling the air with mist and sound. Rivers and streams wind through meadows, reflecting the surrounding peaks and adding a sense of calm to the dramatic terrain. Beyond rock and water, Yosemite is home to ancient giants. The park's giant sequoia trees are among the largest and oldest living organisms on Earth. Walking among these towering trees, some over 3,000 years old, creates a quiet sense of wonder and perspective. Their immense size and longevity remind visitors of the deep time that exists within nature. Yosemite also offers moments of stillness and reflection. At night, far from city lights, the sky fills with stars, and the Milky Way stretches clearly overhead. Whether hiking along forest trails, standing at a scenic overlook, or simply listening to the wind move through the trees, the park encourages connection with the natural world. To explore Yosemite National Park is to experience nature at its grandest and most honest. It is a place that inspires respect, curiosity, and a deep appreciation for the wild beauty that still exists in our world. Rising from the golden sands on the edge of the Sahara Desert, the pyramids of Giza stand as one of the most extraordinary achievements in human history. Built more than 4,500 years ago, these monumental structures are the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. Even today, their sheer size, precision, and mystery continue to amaze visitors, making Giza one of the most iconic and powerful destinations on Earth. The complex consists of three main pyramids, built as tombs for the pharaohs Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure. The Great Pyramid of Khufu is the largest and most impressive, once standing as the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. Constructed from millions of massive stone blocks, each weighing several tons, the pyramid's perfect alignment and engineering precision remain astonishing, especially considering the limited tools available at the time. How these stones were transported and assembled is still debated, adding to the site's enduring mystery. Nearby stands the Great Sphinx, with the body of a lion and the face of a pharaoh, silently guarding the plateau. Weathered by time yet powerful in presence, the Sphinx deepens the sense of wonder that surrounds Giza. Together, the pyramids and the Sphinx create a landscape filled with symbolism, mythology, and unanswered questions about ancient Egyptian beliefs, astronomy, and the afterlife. Walking among the pyramids is a deeply humbling experience. The vast desert stretches endlessly around you, while the massive stone structures rise above, connecting the present to a distant past. Despite the modern city of Cairo nearby, the plateau itself feels timeless, as if the echoes of an ancient civilization still linger in the air. Visiting the pyramids of Giza is more than a history lesson. It is an encounter with human ambition, imagination, and spiritual belief on a monumental scale. To stand before them is to witness a legacy that has endured for millennia, reminding us of humanity's enduring desire to reach beyond the limits of time and mortality. Standing quietly on the rolling plains of southern England, Stonehenge is one of the world's most famous and mysterious prehistoric monuments. This ancient stone circle, built more than 4,000 years ago, continues to puzzle historians, archaeologists, and visitors alike. With no written records left behind, Stonehenge invites endless questions about its purpose, its builders, and the meaning it once held for the people who gathered here long ago. The monument is made up of massive standing stones, some weighing over 25 tons, arranged in a carefully planned, circular layout. What makes Stonehenge especially remarkable is not just its size, but the precision involved in its construction. Many of the stones were transported from great distances, using techniques that remain unclear even today. Their placement suggests a deep understanding of engineering, teamwork, and long-term planning, achieved without modern tools or machinery. One of Stonehenge's greatest mysteries lies in its connection to the sky. The stones are aligned with the movements of the sun, particularly during the summer and winter solstices. On these days, sunlight passes through the monument in precise ways, suggesting that Stonehenge may have functioned as a ceremonial site, a calendar, or an astronomical observatory. Standing there as the sun rises or sets along these ancient alignments creates a powerful sense of connection between earth, sky, and human belief. The surrounding landscape adds to the monument's atmosphere. Open fields stretch in all directions, often covered in mist or bathed in soft light, giving the site a calm and almost spiritual presence. Despite its popularity, Stonehenge retains a quiet dignity, encouraging visitors to slow down and reflect. Walking around the stones, you can almost imagine ancient gatherings, rituals, and celebrations taking place beneath the same sky thousands of years ago. Stonehenge is not just a collection of stones, it is a symbol of humanity's early curiosity and desire to understand the universe. To explore Stonehenge is to stand face to face with a profound mystery from the distant past, one that reminds us how deeply humans have always sought meaning, order, and connection in the world around them. Straddling the border between North Carolina and Tennessee, the Great Smoky Mountains are one of the most beloved and biodiverse natural landscapes in the United States. Named for the soft, misty fog that often drifts across the peaks, these ancient mountains feel calm, mysterious, and deeply inviting. Unlike dramatic rocky summits, the Smokies offer a gentler beauty, rolling ridges, dense forests, and endless layers of blue fading into the distance. The Great Smoky Mountains are renowned for their rich, natural life. This region is home to one of the most diverse ecosystems in North America, with thousands of plant species and an incredible variety of wildlife. Black bears roam the forests, white-tailed deer graze in open meadows, and colorful birds fill the air with sound. Every trail feels alive, changing with the seasons and the time of day. Hiking is one of the best ways to explore the Smokies. Winding paths lead to hidden waterfalls, quiet streams, and scenic overlooks that reward patience rather than speed. In spring and summer, wildflowers blanket the forest floor, while autumn transforms the mountains into a spectacular display of red, orange, and gold. Fall foliage here is especially famous, drawing visitors from across the country to witness the mountains glowing with color. The Smokies also offer a sense of peace that is increasingly rare. With no towering skylines or loud city sounds, the forest becomes a place to slow down and reconnect. Morning fog moves gently through the valleys, and evenings bring soft light and cool air. Campfires crackle, stars emerge above the ridges, and the rhythm of nature takes over. To explore the Great Smoky Mountains is to experience nature in a quieter, more intimate way. It is a place of balance and renewal, where beauty is found not in extremes, but in the steady, timeless presence of the natural world. Standing gracefully in the heart of Istanbul, the Blue Mosque, officially known as the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, is one of the most iconic examples of Islamic architecture in the world. Built in the early 17th century during the height of the Ottoman Empire, the mosque was designed to display both spiritual devotion and imperial power. With its grand scale and elegant details, it continues to draw visitors from across the globe, serving as both a place of worship and a symbol of Istanbul's rich cultural heritage. From the outside, the Blue Mosque immediately impresses with its harmonious design. 6 slender minarets rise toward the sky, surrounding a cascade of domes that create a balanced and majestic silhouette. The mosque's spacious courtyard welcomes visitors before leading them inside, where the true magic begins. Stepping through the entrance feels like entering a calm, sacred world, set apart from the bustling city just beyond its walls. The interior of the Blue Mosque is where its name comes to life. More than 20,000 handmade Iznik tiles, decorated with intricate floral and geometric patterns in shades of blue, cover the walls and ceilings. As sunlight filters through over 200 stained glass windows, soft blue tones spread across the vast prayer hall, creating a peaceful and almost ethereal atmosphere. The combination of light, color, and symmetry invites quiet reflection and admiration. Despite its grandeur, the mosque maintains a sense of humility and openness. Visitors are welcomed with respect, reminded that this is a living, religious space where daily prayers still take place. The gentle rhythm of worship, the echo of footsteps on stone floors, and the subtle scent of incense add to the immersive experience. Exploring the Blue Mosque is more than an architectural visit. It is a journey into faith, artistry, and history, woven together in perfect balance. It stands as a powerful reminder of how beauty can inspire calm, reverence, and connection across cultures and centuries. Thundering across the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, Victoria Falls is one of the most powerful and spectacular waterfalls on Earth. Known locally as Mosi Oatunya, meaning the smoke that thunders, this immense curtain of water lives up to its name in every sense. From miles away, you can see towering clouds of mist rising into the sky and hear the deep, echoing roar that signals the presence of one of nature's greatest displays of force. Victoria Falls stretches more than 1.7 kilometers wide, with the Zambezi River plunging dramatically into a narrow gorge below. Unlike many waterfalls that cascade gently down slopes, Victoria Falls drops almost straight down, creating an overwhelming sense of power and scale. During peak flow, millions of liters of water crash over the edge every second, sending spray high into the air and soaking everything nearby. Rainbows often appear in the mist, adding bursts of color to the dramatic scene. Exploring Victoria Falls is an immersive experience. Well-maintained walking trails run along the edge of the gorge, offering multiple viewpoints that reveal different angles of the falls. At some spots, the spray is so intense that it feels like standing in heavy rain, even on a clear day. The cool mist, roaring sound, and rushing water surround you completely, making it impossible to ignore the raw energy of nature at work. Beyond the falls themselves, the surrounding landscape offers even more adventure. The Zambezi River above the falls flows calmly, allowing for boat cruises and wildlife viewing, while the river below is famous for some of the world's most thrilling whitewater rafting. For those seeking adrenaline, activities like bungee jumping and helicopter flights provide unforgettable perspectives of the falls. Victoria Falls is more than a natural landmark. It is an experience that engages every sense. To stand before it is to feel the immense power of the natural world, leaving visitors awed, humbled, and forever changed by its unstoppable force. Set in the heart of the South Pacific, Bora Bora is the very definition of a tropical paradise. Surrounded by a crystal-clear turquoise lagoon and protected by a ring of coral reefs, this small island feels like a dream brought to life. At its center rises Mount Otomanu, the dramatic remains of an ancient volcano, adding a sense of mystery and grandeur to Bora Bora's peaceful beauty. From the moment you arrive, the island invites you to slow down and simply enjoy the world around you. Bora Bora is best known for its stunning lagoon, where calm, warm waters glow in countless shades of blue. Overwater bungalows stretch out above the water, offering a unique way to experience the island, waking up to the sound of gentle waves and stepping directly into the sea below. From your private deck, colorful fish swim beneath the surface, creating a constant connection to the ocean. This close relationship with nature is what makes Bora Bora feel so special and intimate. The island is also perfect for exploration and adventure. Snorkeling and diving reveal vibrant coral gardens filled with tropical fish, rays, and reef sharks. Paddleboarding, kayaking, and boat tours allow visitors to glide effortlessly across the lagoon, taking in panoramic views of the island and its surrounding reefs. On land, short hikes lead to scenic viewpoints, where lush greenery meets endless ocean horizons. Beyond its natural beauty, Bora Bora offers a sense of calm that is hard to find elsewhere. Life here moves at a gentle pace, guided by the sun, the sea, and the rhythm of island life. Evenings are quiet and magical, with soft breezes, glowing sunsets, and starlit skies reflecting off the water. Whether you are enjoying fresh seafood by the shore or simply watching the light change across the lagoon, every moment feels unhurried and peaceful. Bora Bora is more than a luxury destination. It is an escape into pure serenity. To explore this island is to experience a rare blend of beauty, tranquility, and connection with nature, creating memories that feel timeless long after the journey ends. At the heart of Paris, the City of Light, lies one of the greatest cultural treasures in human history, the Louvre. More than just a museum, the Louvre is a gateway into centuries of art, creativity, and human expression. Housed in a former royal palace, its grand halls and galleries hold thousands of masterpieces from civilizations across the world, making it a symbol of humanity's shared heritage. Walking through its vast spaces feels like traveling through time, from ancient history to the heights of artistic achievement. The Louvre is best known as the home of the Mona Lisa, whose mysterious smile draws visitors from every corner of the globe. Yet beyond this iconic painting lies an astonishing collection of sculptures, paintings, and artifacts. From the elegance of the Venus de Milo to monumental works of Renaissance art and treasures from ancient Egypt, every room reveals another chapter of human imagination. The museum itself is a work of art, blending historic architecture with the modern glass pyramid that has become one of Paris's most recognizable landmarks. But Paris is not defined by the Louvre alone. Step outside, and the city unfolds as an open-air museum in its own right. Strolling along the banks of the Seine, you pass historic bridges, bookstalls filled with old novels, and views that have inspired artists for generations. Neighborhoods like Montmartre offer narrow streets, quiet squares, and a creative spirit that still lingers in the air. Cafes invite you to pause, sip a coffee, and watch everyday Parisian life flow by. As evening falls, Paris takes on a magical glow. Streetlights reflect on the river, music drifts from small corners, and the Eiffel Tower lights up the skyline. The city feels alive, yet intimate, grand, yet welcoming. Exploring the Louvre and historic Paris is more than sightseeing. It is an immersion into art, history, and romance. It is a place where the past and present blend seamlessly, leaving visitors inspired, reflective, and deeply connected to the enduring beauty of human culture. Spanning across multiple countries in South America, the Amazon rainforest is one of the most vital and awe-inspiring ecosystems on Earth. Often referred to as the lungs of the planet, this vast green expanse plays a crucial role in regulating the global climate and supporting an extraordinary level of biodiversity. Covering millions of square kilometers, the Amazon feels endless and alive, a world where nature reigns supreme, and every moment is filled with movement, sound, and mystery. The Amazon is home to an astonishing variety of life. Towering trees form a dense canopy that shelters countless plant species, many of which exist nowhere else. Beneath this green roof, colorful macaws flash through the sky, monkeys leap between branches, and elusive jaguars move silently through the shadows. Rivers wind through the forest like silver veins, supporting pink river dolphins, giant otters, and thousands of fish species. Every layer of the rainforest, from the forest floor to the treetops, holds its own complex and interconnected world. Exploring the Amazon is a full sensory experience. The air is warm and heavy, with the scent of earth and vegetation. Insects hum, birds call out from hidden branches, and rain falls suddenly. bringing the forest to life in dramatic bursts. Traveling by boat along the rivers or walking narrow jungle paths reveals how closely everything is connected. Nothing exists alone here. Every plant and animal plays a role in maintaining the delicate balance of life. Beyond its natural beauty, the Amazon is also home to indigenous communities who have lived in harmony with the forest for generations. Their knowledge of the land, plants, and wildlife reflects a deep understanding of sustainability and respect for nature. Their presence reminds us that the rainforest is not just wilderness, but a living cultural landscape. Visiting the Amazon rainforest is more than an adventure. It is a powerful reminder of our connection to the natural world. To explore this vast jungle is to witness life at its most raw and abundant, and to understand why protecting this irreplaceable ecosystem is essential for the future of our planet. Rising majestically across the heart of Switzerland, the Swiss Alps form one of the most breathtaking mountain landscapes in the world. Snow-capped peaks stretch toward the sky, while deep valleys cradle crystal-clear lakes and charming alpine villages. This dramatic scenery feels perfectly balanced, powerful yet peaceful, grand yet welcoming, inviting visitors to explore nature at its most refined and awe-inspiring. The Swiss Alps offer beauty in every season. In winter, thick blankets of snow transform the mountains into a pristine white paradise. World-class ski resorts come alive, with skiers and snowboarders carving through powder beneath bright blue skies. Cozy wooden chalets glow warmly in the cold, offering hot chocolate, fireplaces, and a sense of comfort amid the alpine wilderness. The crisp mountain air and quiet snowfall create an atmosphere that feels both invigorating and serene. When summer arrives, the Alps reveal a completely different character. Green meadows burst into bloom with colorful wildflowers, and hiking trails open across the mountainsides. Clear lakes reflect jagged peaks, their waters shimmering under the sun. Gentle cowbells echo through the valleys as cattle graze peacefully, adding to the region's timeless charm. Whether hiking to a high mountain pass or taking a scenic train ride through the valleys, every journey offers unforgettable views. Beyond outdoor adventure, The Swiss Alps are defined by their harmony between people and nature. Villages are carefully woven into the landscape, preserving traditional architecture and a slower pace of life. Life here follows the rhythm of the seasons, guided by daylight, weather, and the land itself. This balance creates a deep sense of calm and authenticity that visitors can feel immediately. To explore the Swiss Alps is to reconnect with simplicity, beauty, and fresh mountain air. It is a place where nature feels pure and powerful, yet gentle enough to invite reflection and rest. The Alps do not overwhelm, they inspire, leaving visitors refreshed, grounded, and deeply moved by the elegance of the natural world. At the farthest edge of the world lies Antarctica, Earth's last great wilderness and one of the most remote places on the planet. Here, endless expanses of ice stretch beyond the horizon, shaped by powerful winds and frozen time. With no cities, no permanent human settlements, and almost no sound, Antarctica feels untouched, vast, and profoundly humbling. Visiting this frozen continent is less like traveling to a destination and more like stepping into another world entirely. Despite its harsh environment, Antarctica is full of life. Along its icy coastlines, vast colonies of penguins gather, waddling across snow-covered ground and diving gracefully into frigid waters. Seals rest on drifting ice floes, while whales breach dramatically in the surrounding Southern Ocean. Beneath the ice, the sea teems with life, forming the foundation of one of the most unique ecosystems on Earth. These moments of life stand in striking contrast to the stark white landscape, reminding visitors of nature's resilience. The scenery of Antarctica is unlike anything else on the planet. Towering icebergs float silently through crystal-clear waters, glowing in shades of white and blue. Massive glaciers creak and crack as they slowly shift, carving the landscape over time. Light reflects endlessly off snow and ice, creating an almost surreal brightness that changes constantly with the sky. Every view feels pure, untouched, and overwhelming in scale. What makes Antarctica truly powerful is its silence and stillness. With no roads, no crowds, and no signs of modern life, the continent invites deep reflection. The only sounds are the wind, the ice, and the distant calls of wildlife. Time seems to slow, allowing visitors to fully absorb the fragility and beauty of the planet. To explore Antarctica is to experience the Earth in its most raw and honest form. It is a reminder of how small we are, in comparison to nature and how precious and vulnerable our world truly is. Few places leave such a lasting impression. Antarctica is not just a journey, but a profound encounter with the edge of the Earth. Few natural phenomena inspire as much wonder as the aurora borealis, also known as the Northern Lights. Appearing in the dark skies of the far north, this breathtaking display transforms the night into a living canvas of color. Waves of green, pink, purple, and blue light ripple and dance silently across the sky, creating an experience that feels almost magical. Seeing the aurora in person is not just sightseeing, it is witnessing the sky come alive. The northern lights occur when charged particles from the sun collide with Earth's atmosphere near the magnetic poles. This invisible interaction produces glowing curtains of light that shimmer, twist, and fade in unpredictable patterns. No two displays are ever the same, making each appearance a rare and personal moment. The aurora can move slowly, like drifting smoke, or suddenly burst into bright, fast-moving arcs that fill the entire sky. The best places to witness this phenomenon are remote, northern regions, far from city lights. Countries such as Norway, Iceland, Finland, Sweden, and northern Canada offer some of the most reliable viewing opportunities. On clear winter nights, when the air is cold and the sky is dark, anticipation builds as people wait in silence, scanning the heavens for the first signs of movement. When the lights finally appear, time seems to stop. Experiencing the northern lights is deeply emotional. Standing beneath the glowing sky, surrounded by snow-covered landscapes and absolute quiet, creates a powerful sense of connection to the universe. It is a reminder that some of the most extraordinary moments in life cannot be planned or controlled. They simply happen, unexpectedly and beautifully. The aurora borealis is more than a natural light show. It is a moment of pure wonder, where science and beauty meet, leaving those who witness it with a feeling of humility, awe, and an unforgettable memory written across the night sky. At the top of our journey stands Pamukkale, one of the most surreal and breathtaking natural wonders on Earth. Located in southwestern Turkey, Pamukkale means Cotton Castle, a name that perfectly describes its dazzling white terraces cascading down the hillside. From a distance, the landscape looks as if it has been covered in snow or clouds, creating a dreamlike scene that feels almost unreal. It is a place where nature itself seems to have become an artist. Pamukkale's terraces were formed over thousands of years by mineral-rich thermal waters flowing from underground springs. As the warm water spills down the slopes, it cools and leaves behind layers of white calcium deposits, shaping natural pools filled with bright turquoise water. Walking barefoot along these terraces, as visitors have done for centuries, feels soft and smooth underfoot, as if stepping onto stone made from silk. The contrast between the pure white formations and the vivid blue pools creates a visual harmony that is both calming and extraordinary. Humans have been drawn to Pamukkale since ancient times, believing in the healing properties of its thermal waters. Just above the terraces lie the ruins of Hierapolis, an ancient Greco-Roman city built around the springs. Walking through its streets, theaters, and baths adds a powerful historical layer to the natural beauty below, reminding visitors that this place has long been a meeting point between nature and civilization. The atmosphere at Pamukkale is peaceful and almost otherworldly. As sunlight shifts throughout the day, the terraces glow in different shades of white and gold, while the water reflects the sky above. Standing here, surrounded by silence and flowing water, it is easy to feel disconnected from the modern world. Pamukkale is the perfect conclusion to this journey of discovery. It represents a rare balance between natural wonder and human history, a place that feels gentle, timeless, and unforgettable. To explore Pamukkale is to experience one of the planet's most magical landscapes, a true must-see before you die. Our journey across the world now comes to an end, but the feeling of discovery does not. From ancient wonders shaped by human imagination to breathtaking landscapes carved by nature itself, these places remind us that our planet is truly extraordinary. Each destination on this list carries its own story, its own energy, and its own reason to be protected and remembered. Together, they form a powerful picture of Earth's beauty, diversity, and timeless wonder. Travel is not just about moving from one place to another. It is about perspective. It is about standing in front of something greater than yourself and feeling inspired, humbled, and connected. Whether it's the silence of Antarctica, the glow of the Northern Lights, or the timeless beauty of Pamukkale, these moments stay with us long after the journey ends. They remind us why exploration matters and why preserving these treasures is so important for future generations. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these incredible places is at the very top of your bucket list? Where would you go first if you could choose just one? Share your dream destination in the comments below and let us know what inspires your sense of adventure. If this journey sparked your curiosity, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who loves exploring the world as much as you do. And if you enjoyed traveling with us, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more unforgettable journeys ahead. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and remember, the adventure is always waiting.